Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live Nooding. In this episode, I'm gonna take you through the creation of this kind of complex looking noodle kind of effects. It's pretty intricate and it looks really complex, but it's actually really easy to create using Sverchok. And Sverchok is really good for that. Apparently, the step is actually I start with Suzanne head and then I'm basically separating every edges of Suzanne, and then for every edges I turn it into curve and then just kind of randomize the curve, and that's pretty much it. But you see the results really cool, especially if you manage to render this using freestyle. Um, but you need to kind of make it more efficient with freestyle because it takes a lot of memory. I'll start from scratch and you'll see the process. I'm not gonna use Suzanne. Actually, it's better if I use something simpler. Maybe just the icosphere. So that should be pretty good. Maybe even less subdivision. Actually, 2 is okay. And I'm gonna use Sverchok nodes, and then I'm gonna bring this guy. So I'm gonna use objects in MK3, get selection, and save this real quick. So this is advanced noodle. So basically any mesh with edges, you can use this techniques. Now we want to separate all the edges, and the easiest one is to use polygon boom. There is polygon to edges, but in this case just use polygon boom, and make sure you plug in the vertices and the edges, and that way now every edges is already being separated now. If I bake it, actually you will see that I'm getting all the edges. Let me quickly, whoops, expire session, that's interesting. Yeah, sometimes I think my computer is a bit weird. Sorry, it crashes. I'll restart again real quick. Seems like every time I run like a QuickTime recording and then after I have a Blender session, it crashes. So sorry about this. Just skip this part and then I'll continue with this guy. Okay, now we have the polygon boom and everything is good. And the next thing we want to do is to use a scale. So we know that every edges is already being separated. So now I'm going to scale the edges. We don't actually need to worry about this edge data, just worry about the point vertices. And we want to scale it from the center of each edges. That's the one that actually matters. So use vector interpolation. You see here we have like number 120. That means we actually have 120 kind of data for each edge, and for each edge we have 2 points data, so we can kind of measure the middle part. I'll show you how it looks like. If I'm not wrong, this should give us the center of each edges, and we can use that to scale our edges. So you will see now if I scale it, I actually scale each and every edges from the center. This is what this guy is doing. We don't need to turn on separate. That's for different thing. Okay, the next thing we want to do is to use if they are kind of overlapping, you can randomize the vertices here a little bit. Just randomize a little bit. This is just for the extra detailing. So kind of randomize it, but they're all like the same. I'm gonna use random integer, actually range integer, and we know we have 120 data, so 120 data plug into the seed. Now it's a little bit more random, but a little bit too much. Just a little bit, you know, 0.05. So now we know that each and every edges is slightly kind of pushed, so that's good. The next thing we want to do is we want to interpolate. This is actually just for the detailing. You don't need to do all the nodes, but this is give like a nice effect. So what I did here, I'm actually resampling every edges by 10 times. I can go lower or higher. I actually go higher and you get more detail, so I'll try 20. See, each and every edges now have more details. The next thing you want to do is to use just Polyline Viewer. Here you want to turn on single, otherwise you're gonna end up with 120 objects. 120 is not too bad. Suzanne has 1,000, like around 1,000 edges. And just plug that in and we get our curve, which is nice. It's actually almost done, and you can use vector noise or vector turbulence, whatever. I'm just gonna use randomize input vertices. I use this node a lot just to test the effects. See, we get that, which is very cool. Maybe not too much. We already get the noodle kind of effect. 0.015. It's a little bit better. We can hide the original icosphere. So we have the noodle effects. Currently it's not very complex yet. The next thing we can do is to randomize, actually randomize here as well. So just use a range integer again, plug into the seed. Now it's slightly more random, 0.02. And the radius we can actually randomize as well. Randomize each and every edge should have a random kind of effects, random radius. So currently it's already looking pretty interesting. Gonna use a different color. Ambient occlusion, no need. How many? So we have 20 sampling per edge, so I'm gonna give 20 value there. 0.1 and between 0.1 0.2, and we have these effects. We can randomize it. I think this is quite nice, not too bad. For an icosphere, actually you can feed it any 3D mesh and it will work. I can feed Suzanne, but Suzanne takes a bit of time. 0.6. Randomize this. I think that's okay. I can increase this. I'm pretty happy with this actually. If you want more details, you can increase it. You can turn it into B-spline as well. B-spline make it kind of smooth. Because it's smoother now, you probably want to increase this a little bit, the curve, and then 0.1, 0.05. Randomize, actually this one. Yeah, I'm just playing around here. Count, start. This is randomizing the seed. Close actually looks pretty funny. A subdiv, I just reduce it for now. Radius, this is global radius. If you go higher, like here, like make it 100, you can actually get quite interesting look. Go with a small number. This one 0.15. See, that's even better now. 0.15. Yeah, that's starting to look like something organic inside your body. Yeah, but I think that's actually pretty much it. I'll save this. This is like a advanced noodle effect. You can use you can actually use anything, text or whatever. I can probably give it a try now. So instead of icosphere, I'll write a text. Maybe blend. With the text, we need to be careful with the mesh itself. I'll remesh this so we get a nicer look. Just smooth, remove disconnected. So we have this guy. I think that's actually pretty good. Not too much overlapping. So now here I'm gonna show you a nice technique. Shift and drag, and you get these points. Actually, it's kind of connecting the two. And then I'm gonna select the other object. Turn on post modifier because this guy is using remesh. Plug this into that guy, this goes into that guy, and wait for a few seconds. There you go. There we get the effects right here. Right? Why is it not scaling like this guy? Because we need to kind of apply the matrix. Apply the matrix. This guy. Oh, this goes in. Actually, not matrix apply. It's the other guy. I'll zoom in. Delete this. Matrix apply verts. Plug this into that guy and this one into that guy and one more. Now, okay, now it looks like it's a little bit better. Need to scale this and then update it. So it's very dependent on the scale as well. Okay, so now we have these effects. It's actually, in this case, it doesn't quite look like the noodle. Maybe I need to randomize it further, but I don't know, it's become something else, not like the noodle. For the noodle, I think you need to randomize it further and have more details and thinner line. But anyway, that's pretty much it, how you can create this interesting effect. It's surprisingly easy to create thanks to some of the powerful Sverchok nodes. It's actually really good. Sverchok is really good when dealing with edges and all the components, things like that. Normally it's not something that you can easily do, but because this is doing it on every edges, and then you can easily kind of randomize the edges points, and then you can also, each one of them is actually curved, but it's being joined into a single object, so it's really efficient for you to render. I think that's how I really like Sverchok as an add-on. So yeah, give this a try yourself. If you like, I'll give you the node here, the node tree, and for you to try and modify. And yeah, hopefully you find this one useful. I guess that's pretty much it. And if you have any question, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.